kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to... perimeter and catch the football in the backfield, be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his left. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, CD, that was a well-orchestrated drive by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and how about the way he capped it off, too? Orchestrate the drive and then let everybody know exactly who the guy is on the field you got to watch on every play. Finishes it off with a touchdown run.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought he may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them. And it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. He'll buy some time right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 3rd and goal, Jackson.
And when you run a drag route like this down near the goal line, you're hoping maybe you get an inadvertent pick to set your man free. A lot of people call them natural screens, but this was well defense, and they stopped him for just a short gain.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 75 yards. And the Packers are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall him on. What a play here. Another pick-6 in the Super Bowl. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. They'll roll him out right. The quick feet by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. The quick feet by Jackson. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Out to his left. Shifts by him at the 25. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. His throw caught at about the 5. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
See, it didn't seem like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Rolling to his right.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter.
this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Jackson now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Rodgers now on 1st down. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Because touchdown! It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have moved out in front.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Crosby with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
On the return is Duvernay. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Jackson flushed out right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So it's halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
He'll buy some time right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson buying time to his left. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And quickly they get to the line. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson on the move to his left. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 11.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
Gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This is Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now it's Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last
Jones hit in the ball zone. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And some room to work. 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. Now the situation very simple here. Late game, down 7. They've got to get it in the end zone.
And the best players know how to be calm in these situations because you know right now his pulse is like a jackhammer. So how does he rein it in, make sure the team has a little bit of calm, coupled with that sense of urgency, got walk that line a little bit, but get it downfield in order to score.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
Touchdown, Packers!
Robert Tunyon,
43 yards.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Important extra point up and through, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
On the return is Duvernay. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Jackson
rolling to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Here's Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll start by running the option to the right.
And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on first down.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this time. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it.
The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run once more with Edwards. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime?
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. His kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
This year, just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.